Something unusual has begun quietly appearing on certain Social Security payment records, and many seniors are only now starting to catch it. A tiny internal reference, just 2 digits, code 92. At first glance, it seems harmless, almost like a random system note. But for thousands of retirees across the country, that small code has led to confusion, questions, and in some cases, unexpected extra money landing in their bank accounts. What's striking is how few people really know what it means. Even seniors who keep a close eye on their benefits tend to focus on the deposit amount each month, which is perfectly reasonable, but sometimes the details behind that deposit can reveal a much bigger story. And that's exactly what's happening with this mysterious code. Over the last several months, more and more retirees have been posting screenshots of their benefit summaries and asking the same thing: why does my statement show code 92? Some saw it listed next to a one-time adjustment. Others found it attached to a correction or a delayed payment, and in many of those cases, the amount involved was larger than they expected, which naturally sparked curiosity. Here's the part that really matters. Internal payment codes like this are used within the Social Security system to identify adjustments, corrections, and other special processing actions. They're not typically spelled out for the public because they're designed primarily for administrative tracking. But once a code starts showing up on actual deposits that retirees can see, it's only natural for people to start asking about it. From what many retirees have pieced together, code 92 often appears when the system runs certain kinds of payment adjustments. That could mean correcting a benefit that was previously calculated a little too low or high, issuing a retroactive amount that should have been paid earlier, or applying an administrative update that forces the system to recalculate what someone is owed. In simple terms, it doesn't represent a brand new benefit category. It's more like a flag that something about that payment has been updated behind the scenes. For anyone depending on a fixed monthly income, even a minor change is important. Every dollar counts. That's why these adjustments can feel surprising when they show up. One month everything looks normal. The next month there's an unexpected increase or a separate payment, with a code most people have never heard of beside it. Some retirees only spotted it by checking their My Social Security online account. Others saw it printed on mailed statements. And in many of those cases, the code appeared with little or no plain language explanation, which is exactly why people started looking for answers. To understand why this happens in the first place, it helps to remember how Social Security benefits are calculated. The system uses a complex formula that takes into account your working years, your earnings history, your age when you start collecting, and other adjustments that can shift over time. Occasionally, the records behind that calculation change. Maybe a wage record is updated, maybe previously missing earnings are added, or maybe cost of living adjustments, COLAs, and timing issues create small discrepancies that aren't corrected until later. When the system picks up one of those issues and fixes it, it may generate what's known as a payment adjustment. That's where codes like 92 come into the picture, helping the internal system track the reason for the change. To the person receiving the money, it just looks like a slightly larger check or an extra deposit that wasn't on their radar. That's why so many seniors have recently been asking whether code 92 means a new round of benefits, a correction that needs follow-up, or something else they're supposed to report. In the majority of everyday cases, it simply reflects that the Social Security system has processed an adjustment that altered the payment record. For a lot of retirees, that's actually good news. When the system decides that past payments should have been a bit higher, it can send a catch-up amount to make things right, and that's why some of the people who noticed code 92 also saw a larger deposit alongside it. The bigger takeaway here is about awareness. Many seniors never look closely at the codes or descriptions tied to their Social Security deposits. They trust that the correct amount will arrive each month, and in most instances, that trust is warranted. The Social Security Administration is responsible for getting millions of payments out and does so correctly almost all the time. But when an unfamiliar code suddenly shows up, curiosity spreads fast. Retirement forums, senior centers, and online communities have been full of people comparing notes. Some thought it indicated a brand new program, some worried it signaled a problem, and others wondered if it reflected recent policy changes. In reality, internal coding like this has existed inside the payment system for years. What's new is that more people are seeing it on their own records thanks to digital access. Information that once lived deep inside office systems is now visible through personal online accounts. And while that transparency is a big step forward, it also means retirees run into technical details they were never exposed to before. Code 92 is a textbook example. It doesn't come with a press release, yet it becomes very important to the people who suddenly see it. One thing that's worth keeping in mind: when a Social Security deposit looks different from usual, the best first move is to review your official Social Security information. Your online account or mailed notices often contain a payment history that shows adjustments, and sometimes a short note or updated benefit statement will clarify exactly what changed. Another key point is that adjustments can arise long after your original benefit is calculated. Social Security records are not frozen in time. They're updated whenever new, relevant information arrives. When an update affects what you should be receiving, the system may automatically issue a correction. That's why some retirees occasionally receive an unexpected payment tied to an adjustment code. It's not something that happens constantly, but it's not unheard of over the many years someone may be collecting benefits. For those who have recently noticed Code 92, the main things to look at are the amount you received and any explanation on the statement or in your account. Most of the time, it's an administrative tweak, not the launch of a new benefit category or secret program. Still, this topic has taken off because retirement income is incredibly personal. People want to understand exactly how each deposit is calculated. Even a tiny mystery on a statement can prompt a lot of questions. And when a large number of retirees all start asking about the same code, it quickly becomes a broader discussion. Community groups, family conversations, and online networks have all been buzzing about it. The positive side of this is that Social Security records have become more transparent in recent years. It's easier than ever for retirees to log in, see their benefit history, and review changes. That makes it much simpler to verify what's going on with each payment. In a way, the attention around Code 92 is a reminder of how helpful it can be to occasionally review your records, not because something is necessarily wrong, but because staying informed strengthens confidence in your benefits. Social Security is still one of the primary financial lifelines for millions of Americans, retirees, disabled workers, and surviving family members rely on it. When a small code unexpectedly becomes a topic of conversation, it underscores how closely these payments are watched and how much they matter. Every deposit counts. Every adjustment matters. And sometimes, even 2 small digits can spark a conversation across the entire retirement community. So if you ever notice a code or unusual notation attached to a benefit payment, it's worth taking a moment to look at it more closely. Review your official Social Security account, read any related notes, and if it's still not clear, reach out to Social Security directly for an explanation. In most instances, codes like this are part of routine administrative housekeeping within a very large and complex payment system, not a sign of hidden benefits or tampering. They help keep millions of records in order. Even so, the wave of interest around Code 92 shows how quickly curiosity can grow when retirees compare experiences. One person spots it, then another, and soon thousands are checking their own statements. That's exactly how this quiet little code inside the system suddenly became something everyone wanted to decode. In the end, the best way to keep your Social Security benefits clear and predictable is to stay informed and rely on official information. The system may use technical shorthand in the background, but its purpose remains straightforward: to ensure retirees receive the benefits they've earned. Occasionally, when an adjustment is made to get that amount exactly right, it shows up with a tiny code alongside it, a small reminder that even a huge system depends on details most people rarely see.